Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome to those of you back to those of you who have found help here before and continue to do so. Please like, subscribe, comment below if that's you. And if you are looking for coaching on how to get more out of your life, would love to be of service to you in that way. And so you can reach out at PO Perception on Twitter or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either way will work, and we can get together and do some really good things in the second half of 2021. In any event, we can kind of make that happen for you relatively quickly, but this particular audio is about the wonder that is why we hurt others. So, lots of reasons why people hurt each other, but in simplest form, one of the easiest ways is because others hurt them first. And so, whether we realize it or not can be a whole nother factor, but retaliatory hurting is a huge part of why people hurt each other. So if I've been hurt and I don't process that emotion, if I've been hurt and I don't realize that I'm hurting, if I've been hurt and I feel justified in making someone else carry the pain because I don't want to, then in fact, hurting others becomes a major part of what I do simply as a reactionary tool or reactionary focus. It doesn't even mean that I believe in what I'm doing or that I want to do what I'm doing. I just don't know how to process the emotion outside of hurting someone else. The next is control. And so if I feel abandoned or I feel hurt or I feel, you know, that I've been lied to, manipulated, or negatively affected, I'm going to want control back of my circumstance. And so that desire for control will manifest in retaliatory hurting of another person. And so most of the time when people hurt each other, it's because they feel out of control and they're trying to regain balance in themselves or in a situation or both. And so when the expression of emotion in a more productive or positive way doesn't feel like it's going to yield the results that they want quickly enough or effectively enough, hurting others is a quick way to get to a desired result, whatever that may be. The next thing is self-protection. So obviously if a person's been hurt, they're afraid that it's going to get worse. They're afraid they're going to be overwhelmed with the emotions related to the mental, emotional, and manipulative pain that they've experienced. And so therefore, in order to protect oneself from getting hurt, the easiest way to do that is to protect oneself through hurting others. If you're licking your wounds over in the corner, you're not going to be able to hurt me again quickly, and I can have time to recover. It's creation of separation and creation of space to give a person kind of pause for a cause, but also to give them the ability to recover if they need space emotionally to kind of recalibrate and be okay with whatever's going on with it themselves. The next thing there is freedom. And so if a person's freedom has been challenged in some way or they feel as though they're constrained or trapped, then they will hurt others to create space, to give themselves the freedom to make their own choices. This happens a lot, especially with young people, teenagers, or people that are immature. They don't realize the power of their own ability to make their own choices, and so therefore they'll create pain for others in order to create distance, to give themselves the illusion of freedom and thereby create the ability to make their own choices, when in reality they had that ability all along, even if they didn't see it. The next thing there is self-identity. If a person's self-identity, or if they feel judged, persecuted, condemned, or negatively affected by judgments of others, justified or not justified, hurting another person because they feel as though their personal identity or autonomy has been attacked, is extremely common for people who are struggling with who they are and where they fit into the world. If they're seeking acceptance from a person they don't feel has accepted them in a way that is acceptable, then they're more likely to create pain for others as a result of kind of lashing out in that manner. The next thing there is testing of boundaries, and or they have high expectations. So testing of boundaries: if I hurt you, will you return? If I hurt you, will you still love me? If I hurt you, will you forgive me. If I hurt you, will you hold me accountable? If I hurt you, will you turn your back on me? And or expecting a person to behave in a way that is in alignment with what you believe is also a great way to test the legitimacy for many people that have emotional trauma issues, the legitimacy of a connection or the bond between two people. Now, it's not effective in the long run, but it is a great way to test whether a person sees the world the way in which one does, especially if they've been hurt in the past. So, hopefully, this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.